Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin. Welcome back to another Fortnite tips and tricks video. In today's video, I'm going to be analyzing one of my gameplays here. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to get high kill games, but also how to win those games, because those two things separately aren't that hard to do. If you want to get a lot of kills, you can land at tilted towers and slay out. You're probably going to die though eventually. If you want to get easy wins, you can land on the outskirts and work your way in. But when you combine a high kill match while also clutching the win, that's when stuff gets really good. That's when you can become a very, very good player. And that's what I'm going to be doing while analyzing this gameplay. You guys love this series. You guys love when I analyze gameplays, and I really do appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. If you guys could drop a like on this video, let's go for 805 likes. That would be absolutely amazing if we could hit that. And also subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. We just hit 180,000 subscribers, and we are on that road for 200,000. So I appreciate everyone new who is subscribing, smacking likes on the video. It's absolutely amazing. So thank you guys all for that. Let's analyze this gameplay. Now, this is a pretty high kill win. I'm not going to spoil the amount of kills, but I think it's a high kill win by most standards. And let's just analyze moment by moment, fight by fight, what I did to get a lot of kills. Now, the first thing I go into this game thinking I'm going to land at tilted towers. Tilted towers is the best place to get the most kills. Certain times when like challenges, like at the start of the challenge week, like right now, a lot of people are landing Wailing Woods. A lot of people are landing Moisty Mire and different other locations because of challenges. But I really think that tilted overall is always going to be a place where you're going to get the most action. The only time when it's not is when the battle bus goes right over retail row off the start of the battle bus. But anytime other than that, tilted towers is the place to go for action. Early game, what do? I don't even focus on getting an assault rifle. I focus on getting shields and 2 shotguns. And you know, when I talk about like shotgun fights are so important, that's because that's all it is early game. So my mindset in this early game is basically go all out for kills. At this point in the game, I'm not focusing on the win section because the game literally just started. And if I die here, I don't really lose anything. I can just go back to the menu and try it again. The earlier in the game that you are, the more you should go for all out action and all out kills. Rushing, I guess you could say, if you want to get high kill games. Here I see another guy over here. And at this point, I realize the game's just started. I'm going to rush this guy. If this was a 1v1 to end the game, I'd probably play it differently. But at this point, I'm going for high kills. I'm going to straight up rush these players. The other thing that I noticed and why I'm playing so savagely aggressive, like look at that. I just straight up, pull out the pickaxe, go right through his wall. And the reason I'm playing like, so aggressive is the fact that I'm playing off my health, and I can't mention that enough. Playing to your situation is such a key in this game. What that involves is understanding your enemies, trying to gauge if they're good builders or whatever like that. Understanding your situation in terms of weaponry, materials, and number one, health and shields. I'm 100-100 with double shotguns and a scar going into that fight. I'm going to play it pretty confidently. What's the worst that can happen is I die with 4 kills and I go back to the menu. It doesn't really bother me. Off here, I'm off to a pretty good start at tilted towers, and that is not that hard to do. You're going to kill a lot of people at tilted towers and know all the chest locations. If you watch my gameplays, tilted is probably my favorite place on the map because of the high action. I know every single chest location here. They're really not that hard to learn. I mean, the tilted towers has been out for a couple months, I think now. You can see these ones glowing, and now, at this point in the game, I'm just cycling through trying to get as many chests as I can. Here I get shot from the left side. I move into the building and I accidentally shoot my gun off there, and I realize people are all around me at this point. And my health now is a little bit lower, so I'm playing it a little bit safer. Instead of rushing that guy straight up, I'm going up into this building where I hear some stuff going down. I pull up behind this guy, and I'm able to get some good hits on him. He didn't look like too good of a player, so I decided to rush through the doorway and jump, which is key. If I didn't jump there, he probably would have killed me instantly there. That was kind of a super aggressive play, which ends up getting me cracked, which this is where I get into some trouble in the gameplay. I probably should not have played that super aggressive. This is a really nice gameplay, but in every game, even like games where it's like a super amazing record or whatever, you're gonna make mistakes. But that doesn't mean you can't win games and you can't have amazing games. That I probably shouldn't have played it like that. The reason why I did that is just because I sort of judged that character off his skin. He had the PS4 Plus skin or whatever, and he was running around with his pickaxe out in a building, which is usually a sign of a telltale noob. I don't think he was that good of a player. He just sort of got a good shot off on me as I ran through the door. Looking back on that, I could have taken it differently. This guy right here, another one with the pickaxe out with the, his map out right there, and the tack. The reason why I use the tack is in these awkward situations where you're on these staircases. I've been talking about it, man. Pump is amazing. It's the better shotgun for doing high damage. But in those awkward situations, I miss 1 or 2 pump shots, and next thing I know, he's destroying me in one shot. I'm not willing willing to take that risk when I know I can cleanly take him down from no matter how much HP he has with 2 to 3 shots of the pump or the tack. Once again, I do it to this guy right here. This guy misses, I think, 3 shots with the pump because I'm jumping around. I also miss a lot because that was another awkward fight. Tack beats pump once again. He doesn't even end up hitting me. And this is where I'm, on my max form, I guess you could say. I have a bunch of material. I have a blue tack, and I have a boatload of shields. I'm of course, I have some extra minis. Now, for keys to go for high kills as well as winning the game, you have to prepare yourself for future fights. So every single time you take on a fight, I know there that I can play aggressive because I have a chest spawning right there, and of course I kind of get lucky with that bowl shield, but I also have minis to replenish my health. I realized that, if I don't have any heals in my inventory, you probably have to play a little bit slower. Right now, even at this point, I still have 2 minis, I still have a bunch of health, so even if I get cracked for a little bit here, I'm confident that it'll work out, and I'm playing at this point still for kills. I have 9 kills, we're in the top 16, which early game, people die really fast. Late game, the game slows down, people like to camp, and you can pick up so many kills if you are aggressive in the late game, but you want to be smart aggressive, like I am being right there. Right there, I realize I hit that guy, and I go up above him, reinforcing my ramps, and have the angle on him. With that gold burst is just so sweet on those targets who are standing still, and I'm able to take that and win that fight. What I do here, the reason I swap out my pump for the medkit is simply based off the zone. I realize the zone is pretty far, and I realize that, hey, I might want to fight some people on the way. If I have a medkit, it sort of gives you patience advantage. I don't know if that's even, I'm making that word up, but basically what I mean by patience advantage is if the storm's coming in and you're sort of in a build fight with a guy, you can outweight them if you have heals, you have a campfire, you have a medkit, you have bandages, while they might have to take off running. And a lot of times in those fights, the person who takes off running first will end up dying. By the way, this Venturion skin with the Love Ranger wings, I honestly bought the Love Ranger skin just for the wings, kind of, and this is like the perfect combo. Right here, this guy surprises me. I hear him out of nowhere. I'm sort of panic building, but I take my time and I create separation between me and the enemy, which is what I do by moving over here. And once I have that separation, I go up, height advantage, and it's just so easy from that point. Building is key. Once you start to build first, shoot second, I'm telling you, it changed my game. It will change everyone's game, and Builder Pro is a huge key for that. Next way, I make my way into Salty Springs. There's some cuts in the game because nothing really happens here. It's just me running over here, hitting a few trees. But right here, I have this guy up against the ropes. But I don't really like that angle where I'm taking the fight because he could crack me through the windows. I really didn't like that angle, honestly. You got to remember, when they're using shotguns, they can literally one-shot you if they have a pump shotgun. So right here, I take this slow, take my time. I have the height advantage over him. I try to locate him. Thankfully, he builds, which helps me locate to where he's at. And after that, it's just me slowly taking my time, analyzing the situation, listening for him coming in, and I'm able to kill him right here. But he does get some good shots on me, which was very unfortunate. Luckily, he did have a campfire, and of course, my next thing right here is I had those minis. I'm able to heal up. You always have to make sure you have heals, man. If you want to win a game, and if you want to get high kills, unless you play perfectly, you're going to get cracked. You're going to get hit a multitude of times, but you have to make sure going into the end of the game or into that late game, you have at least 150 health. If you have anything left less than 150 going into like the top 5, you're in a bad spot, to be honest, because a lot of people there are going to have 200 and most of them will have at least 150. Right here, I'm basically just doing this so I can see if anyone runs by or see if I see anyone in the distance while healing up off of my campfire. Then I go and I loot up, and I'm sitting at, essentially 150 here. So I'm in a pretty good spot. Plus, I already have 12 kills, and I'm really liking my inventory. I have the tack, I have the pump for, tack for closer, awkward situations, pump for longer situations where I can get a good crack at them. Then I have the gold burst, the hunting rifle, which is amazing because of how fast it can peak. Like the hunting rifle versus sniper rifle, it just depends if you're closer. The closer they are, the better the hunting rifle gets, I think. And it's just the way you can fast peek with it and get kills is so rewarding. Now over here, I'm still playing aggressive for kills because I'm pretty confident at this point. 10 minis, look at that. I have 10 minis. I'm not really worried. Usually if you kill people too, they will have at least some bandages or medkits. That's why personally I don't really carry bandages or medkits, unless I'm dealing with the storm, because most people that you kill, right here, this guy's not building. I have the complete height advantage over on him. I sort of drop down and get a little bit cocky there in that fight, which is a mistake that's costed me before, and I probably shouldn't have done that. That's probably something I need to work on, is when I see someone that's not building, I usually just try to rush them to get the gunfight over with, which can be good. because it can potentially help me from, finish off that player before someone third parties me. But then, that's what you can do. And as you can see, medkits galore are all over the place here. I don't even bother going to get that third medkit because I thought, yeah, 2's enough. I'm in the top 5. And that's basically, people carry medkits and bandages. They're a lot more common than shields, and that's why you should always prioritize shields if you're going to be playing active and going to be fighting. So now's the point where it's like, okay, I'm top 5. I have 13 kills. I don't want to lose this. If I lose this game, I wouldn't use it for a gameplay. I probably wouldn't upload it to YouTube, So I want to make sure that I close out this win while also trying to, drop a 15 bomb was my goal right here. I'm like, okay, looks like an easy 15 bomb, which is 15 is actually pretty impressive in my opinion. I'm able to get actually more than 15 in this gameplay, but what I'm doing here is just, I'm getting to the zone. I feel no threats right now, really, and I have healing galore. I also have a jump pad to escape. I have 2 medkits. I have 10 bandages. I'm not really worried. If a guy cracks me with 1 to 2 shots here, it doesn't really matter, as long as I'm quick to defend and build out myself. As I'm running in, though, I see this guy over here, and my aim goes kind of bad. I get him down weak. I see he's on the white health, so when I hit him for 33, if I do quick math, he's probably at like 60 health right here. He gets a few shots in on me, and me and this guy have a pretty good engagement as he tries to build up. But this guy was, you can tell right away, he's a pretty decent player. However, I have the height advantage. I'm slow peeking, getting shots in on him, and he hits me with, I don't know if that was a lucky pump shotgun kill or hit or a really good one. He gets me down to 7 HP there, which I don't think I really made a mistake in that situation. Maybe I could have built myself up a little higher. That's what so I guess I did make a mistake. Luckily, he has a chug jug. I'm able to heal back to 100 and 100. Even if he didn't, though, I would have been good because I planned for that. I had a med kit, I had mini, so I would have been 150 either way. Now I'm in the top 3 situation. I rotate early. I have the advantage. I see both the players are back over here, and this is where it comes down to just clutch factor and making sure you can win these 1v1s. These players at the end were actually fairly decent players, and at this point, it's not even, like, kills don't even matter. Going for high kills was all in the early to mid game. At this point, I've invested, 20 minutes of my and 14 kills into this. I want to be able to close out this game. I get this guy 1v1 situation, and 1v1, what you always want to do is post up, be up in a area, up in a build, and locate your enemy. I locate the enemy, and I start laying down shots. Reason why I don't really care here is I have look at my ammo, basically unlimited. You're not going to burn through 1,000 ammo in a 1v1 unless that's like the craziest 1v1 of all time. So I'm just letting this guy have it with a bunch of shots from my scar. I end up cracking him once there, I think, and I'm confident right here. Here I make a mistake. I try to get the hunting rifle shot in, which was fine, but I tried to bail out of my base instead of just building and blocking that RPG, which was a mistake. I mistimed it, and it almost cost me the game here. But luckily, I stay calm under pressure. First thing is minis. Minis are probably one of the best items of the game because of the fact you can use them so quickly. And I reposition, and I take my time, basically repositioning, making sure that I'm okay, and that this guy can't get me with rockets. The reason why he can't get me with rockets is I'm always making sure that I'm building in front of me and also blocking off the top because you really don't want to get hit with rockets. You can see here I'm turning around instantly. I'm building. I see this guy. Oh my gosh, he has the height advantage on me, and I'm like, you know what, screw that. You don't want to fight with height advantage, especially when they have an RPG. This is just defensive building, I'm executing defensive building, and sort of, this is a new tactic I've been doing, which is basically when I'm on the defense, I run them around the last circle, and I kind of make them lose track of me. He hits me one more time there. I'm just, turbo building, basically. You don't even have to spam it. You just can hold it down. Of course, mini up. Always mini up. Here, I go to full because why not? This is the last fight. He's shooting more rockets. I'm making sure I'm blocking them. I'm backing off. And the reason why is because I know I have this campfire, and I want to use that. You want to be... With a final fight, you want to make sure you use everything before you go into that final fight, and you don't want to take the fight unless you have the odds on your side or you're confident. Right here, there's no big deal. Basically, rockets can't hit me if I block them, and as long as I'm not stupid like I was in that first situation, and I don't forget to, build, I don't try to bail, I should be fine here. Once again, he hits me. No big deal because I have so many minis. I know what I have. If in this situation, if I was 75 health, no minis, I would be hiding and waiting for him to come to me. But I know I'm confident here. I know what I have. I know that I have minis. I know that I can put the pressure on him. And right here, even though he's above me, I'm putting all the pressure on him. You can see I'm getting him weak. He's around 70 health right now. And I sort of lose track of him for a minute here. So I'm like, okay, let me take advantage of this and get to an area that's closer to the zone. Now, even though I'm not directly in the zone, I have huge zone advantage over him. He has to basically run through me, and at this point, I'm like, you know what? Just in case, let me go to the zone and reinforce my base, because at the bottom of that base was just a ramp. I wasn't really reinforced. Block off some more RPGs, wait for him to poke again, and there you go. I ran him a full circle around that last, and I was able to get high kills in the early to mid game, but also stay clutch and play it safe yet aggressive in the late game. Hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you guys could, smack a like on it. 16 kill win. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Have a great night, and I'm out. Peace.